High performance coach here for your Wednesday live. I'm coming live for you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I know I've missed a couple days over the past week or so. I was in Hawaii with my family, just got back, just getting settled back into normal life. And I got a story for you. So I was on vacation on the Big Island, first time there, and we get all settled in, and we have access to the resort that's got an exercise room. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna go exercise. So I get in the gym on my first day, and it's my first full day on vacation. And if y'all can relate, right, going on vacation, and maybe you haven't exercised, and you've kind of made the choice, okay, man, maybe this is the day. Maybe this is the moment where I get back into exercise. Like, you see people in the gym on vacation who clearly exercise consistently. It's a way of life. And then you also see people who clearly have not exercised in a very long time, and they're one of those that's like, okay, today's gonna be the day. Well, I obviously was coming in feeling pretty good about myself. It's like, man, I'm in some of the best shape of my life, feeling good, I'm ready to exercise, I'm ready to tear it up. And I decided to get on the elliptical. And I went pretty hard on the elliptical, and I don't normally do an elliptical. Typically, I'm on the Peloton. And that's working a different set of muscles in your legs. Well, I didn't study kinesiology. I don't know, like legs are the legs, calves are the calves, like it's working the same thing, right? No. So I get done doing the elliptical, and I did about a 40-minute workout on the elliptical, went super hard, and then went over and did some weights. And for the next 5 days, my calves were so locked up. They were so tight. They were so frozen and stiff. I mean, I was walking around with this crazy limp. Like, it looked like I was injured for a good 5 days. So why do I share that story with you? Because one, I was really bummed because I couldn't go back to the gym the next day, or at least I certainly didn't want to, because my calves were feeling horrible and I'd totally overworked them. And it just made me think about this truth in life that, you know, we can sometimes be progressing, be striving, be moving towards some of our most meaningful and important goals, the things that matter to us more than anything. And we can start feeling pretty good. We can even verge on, you know, we can teeter on the edge of like getting maybe too big of an ego, or feeling, you know, a little too proud of ourselves, and feeling like maybe we're in control and we're mastering our destiny. And man, can you relate that life sometimes can knock you down a few pegs? And that's what happened to me, right? I was feeling really good. I'm like, man, I'm in some of the best shape of my life. I'm ready to go. And I totally overworked some muscles in my legs. I don't normally work, obviously. And I paid the price for it. For 5 days, I was walking with a serious limp and pain in my legs. But you know, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for those moments. Maybe not in the moment, I wasn't grateful for it. But hindsight's always 20/20. And I can look back at that, and I'm grateful. Because man, that happens to so many of us. Something happens, something sideblinds us, something just pops out of nowhere in our life, and it halts our progress. It makes us trip up. It makes us have to pause and slow down and maybe get off track and get distracted. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating to lose that momentum. But you know, what I think that story, that experience in Hawaii reminded me of is the fact that, you know, life's gonna hit us with all kinds of things. And there's no path you can take in life and not experience pain and trouble and heartache and sadness and failure. But you know what we all have the chance to do? We can all respond. We have to respond. And that's where our power comes from. Like that's where we can experience like the agency that we're looking for. That's where we can experience some of that real, some of that self-actualization, where we start leaning into who we are, and we start just walking with a little more confidence, a little more swagger, because we realize, you know what, no matter what life throws at you, you have the power to respond, and you can choose every time how you respond. That's entirely up to you. And I love that. You know, I was reading a book recently. I actually finished 2 books on this trip. I don't know if I've ever done that before. I was pretty I was pretty shocked and surprised. Finished 2 books, and one of the books I finished, there was a line in there, and it says, very few people grow from success. Very few people grow from success. People grow from failure. They grow from adversity. They grow from pain. You are going to grow from the failure, from the setbacks, from the heartache, from the disappointment, from the regret, from the most frustrating, annoying situations that are maybe driving you crazy in your life. You will grow from all those things. As long as you remember that you have the power to choose your response. You're going to grow from your adversity. You're going to continue growing from the pain that you're experiencing right now and all the pain that you've been through. And, you know, I think that's a huge part of the power that exists for so many with ADHD. You know, we've endured so much. I was just talking with someone the other day, someone that I may start working with, you know, as I may end up being their coach. And one of the things that, I just lost my train of thought. One of the things that we were both agreeing on was the fact that school for both of us was horrible. School was a living hell for me. It was something to be endured, something to survive. It was not something I typically was really enjoying. It was a pain in the butt, almost all the way through. And not a day goes by that I don't wake up and feel so much happier and filled with so much more joy that I don't have homework anymore. I don't have to take tests anymore. Whew. Hallelujah. If you have ADHD, and if you're someone with ADHD where school was just that for you as well, you know what I'm talking about. But I don't think I would do it any different, because I can look back now and see that it was through that adversity, through all that pain and torment and torture, it felt like at times through school, that I was building this tenacity. I was building this resilience to never give up. You have this built-in resilience, this tenacious attitude inside you. If you have ADHD, it's there. And you have the ability to respond, to harness it, to recognize it, and to step into your personal power and choose, how are you going to learn? And what exactly is your growth going to look like with everything that you're going through right now, with everything that you've experienced? So those are my thoughts I just wanted to share with you today on this short live. And hit me up. Let me know. Do you guys have any questions below? Drop them in. I'll hang on here just for a few more moments, see if you have any questions. And and then I'll jump off. And if you're watching a recording, you can always drop a question in, and I'll definitely respond. I'll either DM you or I'll respond in the comments. But I'm doing this for you. So I want to know, like, what are you wondering? What are you facing? What are you going through? What strategies are you looking for? What tools? What tips? What insights? Let me know, so I can ensure this content, these lives, are reaching you or reaching someone that you want to share this with, who needs to hear this, who needs that hope, that encouragement. You know, so many people with ADHD, they haven't ever heard that their ADHD brain can be managed. It can be controlled. It can be harnessed. That there are so many aspects of your ADHD brain that are a gift, far from a curse. And that if understood and if utilized, and if you can work with it in the right way, your ADHD possesses incredible superpower abilities. Yeah, soak in that for a minute. Pretty cool. All right, I'll check back in with you all soon. On Friday, I'll come back for another live. Give me a follow, give this video a like, and continue sharing this so together we can reach more people and provide more hope, more encouragement, more support, and inspiration on this march forward and this journey that we're all on with these ADHD brains.